Hello, Soul Tribe. The Past Life Detective here. I just want to show you how I managed to sleuth a really exciting clue today for a client that I'm working with. I'm in the UK and she's a US-based client. And don't have all her details yet. I'm just pre-planning her call in a couple of weeks. And so all I've got to go on is that she said that she keeps seeing the number 9/11 ever since the event in New York years ago. She's seen it almost every day. So I said, well, that sounds significant. And have you got any other clues or things that you might feel that you've had a past life or any deja vus? And the only other thing that she mentioned was that she also sees the following numbers: 1.11.22. So I thought to myself, the obvious thing was that she felt she had an awakening at 9/11 when she realised what was going on behind the scenes, the theatre, and that not everything you hear in the news is real. And then I looked at 9/11 as a number because I often look at these with clients' birth dates or any important dates in their lives, maybe a passing as well of someone they're very close to. And I thought to myself, I wonder what will happen if I take 1112 years away from today. And it came up with 910 and 6 months and so many days. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. So I'm going to look for something that happened in the year 9/11. So it could either be BC or AD. And I just started looking in 9/11 AD in the world. And I came across an archetype, which is what I've been working on recently with other clients. So for instance, Queen Boudicca in the UK was a female warrior. And the other archetype I've been working on with clients has been Joan of Arc, who was an untrained warrior. And she actually ended up leading an army and became a heroine. I'm looking at these archetypes and wondering what we can learn from them and if there's a message for us today, the divine feminine and the rising, of the feminine energy at the moment, because she seemed to follow in the same footsteps as the other two, in the sense that, well, it was unheard of for a woman to be involved in politics in 10th century Britain, because it was actually the Saxons who ruled from Denmark. But in her time, she actually managed to overcome certain armies, protect her cities by building strong fortifications and being one step ahead of the game. She was a brilliant strategist, according to historians, and very much looked up to as a spiritual leader as well. She got the remains of saints and had them transported to revere their remains in sacred places. And so all in all, she was a very powerful and lauded figure in history. And so I was really excited because I thought this is exactly what this client has been setting up her new channel to talk about. And that's women coming out of patriarchal society and religions and becoming their own person, becoming a spiritual warrior in their own right, and having that sense of self-sovereignty as well, of being able to find their own inner strengths and their own fortifications for when times get hard. And of course, these are the very resilient qualities that we are going to need now as we're moving into times of decision making, where we know that we're coming up against strong forces for positive and negative at the moment as we change the system and become more enlightened on our path and journey. So I was just finishing writing up my notes about all of these amazing synchronicities, which is how I sleuth my clues and open keys to mysteries for my clients. And I suddenly got a message from somebody that I know quite well who'd been traveling to go and visit a friend. And she said, oh, I've got here safely. So I messaged back and said, great. So where exactly are you? And she said, I'm in Gloucester and my friend lives right near Gloucester Cathedral. And I thought, I'm just going to research where this Queen Æthelflæd died and was buried. And it was St Osmond's Priory. And I suddenly had a feeling that I should look this up on the map. I was amazed to see that she actually was staying right in the place, close to St Osmond's Priory. That was a massive confirmation for me that I was on the right track now with my client and her past life. And whether this is simply for us as women to see that there are many examples of brave, fearless warrior women, both spiritually and physically, that would go to war for what they believed in, and with the strength of their convictions would stand up for their people and protect them. So we'll be looking at more of these archetypes as we go forward with the series of the Rising of the Divine Feminine. If you would like to take advantage of my special offer at the moment and just have a half-hour free consultation with me, perhaps we can find out if there are any interesting past lives or archetypes that are coming up for you and that would help you to release and heal and be empowered by any examples that may come to the fore with our detective work. Please look at the description box below where you'll find the link on my Linktree to all of my services and all my social media sites. Drop me a line by email. I look forward to hearing from you.